Hello, listeners or viewers. Thanks for watching my video. Here, I'm trying to record myself to practice a language that I'm learning, and the language that I chose today is English, which I more decently fluent, I would say. But when I explain something complicated, I get to be really, puzzled, and I still have a problem, I guess. So I'd like to practice that skill. Um, Today, actually, I feel better than regular. I don't know because I just finished the French course online, and I talked with my tutor, and I feel a little bit more energetic. Interacting with people even in online, that gives me a little bit energy. I get to be more excited, more than spending time by myself. So I'd like to continue that habit, even no matter how I'm tired or exhausted. All right. Tired or exhausted, that's not a good expression. I sometimes do this type of mistake, or I don't know. It's not maybe particularly mistake, but sometimes I tend to say something unnecessary, something unnecessary. My mouth is moving too much sometimes, and some of the sentence doesn't make sense. All right. So anyway, the topic that I chose for today is, let me just read the title. Is globalization having a positive impact on local cultures? All right. So I need to explain it, my opinion at first, and I'm gonna keep talking as pretending I'm discussing with someone else, maybe interviewer, because this can be one of the possible question in the English exam in Japan. There's a um, there's a regional English exam in Japan, which is called Eiken. A stands for English as Eigo, and Ken representing uh, Kente as a word for exam, basically. And there's, I guess, 5 or 6 grades, and I'm trying to pass the highest level, which I'm still struggling because, as I told you before, I say uh, unnecessary thing, and some of the sentence can be a little bit messy sometimes. So I'm trying to control myself and trying to say more like solid logics. Anyway, so let me go back to this topic. All right, so is globalization having a positive impact on local cultures? Hmm, globalization. Oh, all right. I would say, of course, there's a positive impact on some point, but recently I see more little bit negative side, especially in terms of the tourists. Especially in Japan, there's more and more tourists coming up to Japan, and I see many news and articles telling there's a big conflict between local citizens and tourists. Um, Maybe you also know from social media, but one of the significant example should be about Kyoto. There's a Maiko-san, which who are women wearing kimono and wearing traditional makeup of Japan, and I'm not really sure about that culture and tradition, but I heard there's some just local citizen wearing the kimono and traditional makeup, or just walking down the street, and the tourists have got the pictures without any permission, or like without asking any permission to the person. And if it's some kind of a show, or like um, some exhibition on the street or performance, that should be permitted, or like not even just permitted, but there should be also like appreciated if tourists have interest to them. And personally, I'm really happy about those, like more and more people are interested in Japanese culture, because as a local, I'm proud of this culture. I like this, and I'm having fun with talking about those like cultural topics with foreigners, because I see the different cultural difference, and I can learn some history, or like the different perspective. Those are really interesting. But in terms of privacy or disturbing life of locals, of course, it should be regulated on some point, and people should respect more privacy. I understand, but there's also the language barrier, as people say. Yeah, I understand. But particularly about this example, taking picture of someone else without permission is clearly violating the privacy. That should be forbidden in any other countries, in any other places, of course. Yeah. So yeah, but just getting back to the topic, um, I think positively, the globalization is clearly encouraging the global interaction and mutual understanding, but on some point, we can't ignore the negative side and risks of conflicts between local citizens and tourists. So I would say um, there's a half and half, the effect is half and half, positively and negatively. Um, in the long term, I would say it's better to have that globalization trend, because mutual understanding, as I said, is really important to reduce the conflicts internationally. But in the short term, there should be some regulation or control to avoid the conflict, and the conflict between locals and tourists. And there should be some effort of government or um, huge company, and also local citizens, to protect and reserve their own cultures. One of the effective method is actually, in my opinion, social media can be a good option, because it spreads really quick. It spreads the voice and the videos really quick to all over the world. And the one that I mentioned before, um, as an example of Kyoto, that was also get to be little controversial, but in a positive side of this viral content is actually people get to know about the cultural difference, and um, the behaviors as tourists should be also discussed on some point. Yeah, so that was one of the good start, I'd say. So, yeah, that's one of the effect, definitely. All right. So yeah, so that's all what I want to say for now. Um, I'm not sure if the ending was good or not, but this this question is actually about not just for my speech, but also about the discussion. So I think that was a good practice to just extend my speech and trying to explain an example and construct the logic uh, effectively as I thought. So anyway, so I'm just gonna finish my video for now. I think my dinner is ready there, so I'm just gonna grab some dinner. Thanks for listening and paying attention. All right, so I'm just gonna finish. If you're also learning English, let's discuss this about this topic. There can be good practice to each other. And if you're native speaker or really good at English skill, please give me some grammar correction, something. So, thank you very much. Bye bye.